So hello and welcome to this week's angling vlog. This week you join me on a bitterly cold morning on the bank. We're on the banks of the River Weaver and we're in search of silvers on the feeder. So as you can see on screen now, it's a dull, overcast day on the bank. All the leaves on the trees have disappeared and the reeds all dead, but you've got that beautiful colours that only come with winter. So today really is a bit of a discovery session really, and I love these days on the bank where you don't really know what you're going to catch. The river in summer and autumn does produce big bags of bream, and we've had some great sessions on here. Winter though can be a bit different, so I'm really interested today to see what we can get on the bank. So one of the good things with the Weaver is you can bring the trolley with you, get nice and comfortable and not them long walks that come with the Ribble. You can see there we're in the first cast of the day and we're lining up with that tree over there. We're landing just in the shadow of it. Got a nice small feeder on and we'll have a look at the setup when I bring it in. But to begin with, just making a few casts, probably giving it about 10 minutes every cast and recasting, and just hoping to build a bit of an area up. You see it's a bitterly cold day on the bank. The temperatures really have dropped and yeah, me and my uncles today just fancied a bit of a different session to going up to the Ribble for them days. It is mega hard not going up there because you know it's really good fishing, but sometimes it's good to go out to the unknown and see what you can get. So the mix I've gone with today is the Hinders Supercharged Crumb, and I've got some of the Hinders Supercharged Black as well in there. So there's some of that crushed hemp, we've got that bread, just to try and reduce that feed content. But that is the mix we're going with today, and I've put a bit of hemp through that as well. So a nice low feed but high attraction mix. So in that baits up there I put a bit of the mix and a few maggots, and that's what I'm going to be using just to control the mix a little bit. Got plenty of maggots with us, probably too many from a recent session. And then we've got some Hinders hemp as well. So we've got a nice simple side tray, but we can control the mix in this one here. And I am going to begin by just putting a few grains of hemp, but quite a bit of maggot into the swim. What I want to do is kind of attract fish into the area, not put too much food out there, but it's a big bit of river and you're trying to get them in one area. So to begin with, probably going to have about 5-10 minute casts. So we're on the third cast now and just going over the little feeder that I'm using. I'm using a little tiny feeder like that. So there's just a small parcel of bait going in. On these days you can always put more bait in, but you can't take it back out. So I always start nice and easy. Just a small little feeder. It's just a little parcel of bait, and then you can build and build to bites, or even if you cast it every 10 minutes, so 6 times an hour, you know, you're beginning to build up a bit of bait then, but you're not going to overfeed the swim. So I started this morning with my hoodie on, and it was quite a cool morning on the bank, but the temperature really is dropping now, and good to have the right gear to wear. So I'm sat here nice and toasty, but my god, my hands are cold. No bites so far. We've been at it for about 3 hours, and it's not often I sit there and think, what am I doing? Packing, go home, have a warm dinner and a hot chocolate or something and warm myself up. But I'm out with my uncle, and you don't discover new areas without sticking at it a little bit. So I'm going to keep on casting, remaining confident, and hopefully it'll be rewarded. So it's been a quite slow start. I had one fish and I was thinking it's not going to happen. It's just gone round really quickly with another. So hopefully it's a start of a few fish moving in. So there we go, look at that from a lovely bream. And when I started the vlog this morning, it's been ice cold. I've had the big jacket on, and yeah, I just kept on casting, and eventually 1 or 2 fish have turned up. It's about 11 o'clock now. It's not often that I almost give up. That tip went round about 20 minutes ago. It's gone round again. Let's get the bait back out there and see if we can get another. So right away after that other bream, I was just putting the GoPro on my head and the float's gone round again, or the tip's gone round again. You can see there, just sticking at it this morning. Didn't think we'd get a bite, did we? Just shows how it can just turn round. Only 3 bites, but they're decent fish. Confidence plays a huge part in fishing, it most definitely does. And by just keeping on putting that bait in without getting the rewards, Let's say 3 bream on a day like today. One happy angler. So my hands today are ice cold, but it just shows by keeping confident the bites can come, and hopefully that's come out on the GoPro, because it's been hours without a bite. And I thought I'll just put it on just in case, and it might be a bit of a mess because I was literally putting it on my head when the tip went round. But bream number 3, it just shows getting out there even on the coldest of days, you get a few bites. You can see there, nice little parcel of bait, plenty of maggots in it. Again, lining up with that tree, hitting the clip, just feeding that rod down. So just getting a gentle bend in the tip, just enough so if we get a drop back I can see it. We get that pull round, a gentle pull round of a bream. So it's been about an hour since that run of bites, and was really hoping it was going to develop, you know, was excited. And we had that bite really quickly, didn't we? So we've got 3 breams so far, and we've lost 1. And that rain has just started to come down now, and it has dropped again, the temperature. It really is one of those cold days on the bank. It feels good, so we've had a few bites so far. There's another one. He talked that one up, didn't I? So there we go, we definitely talked that one up, didn't we? And all the fish today have been quality, from a pound to a few pound, and on a cold winter's day you've got to be happy with that. Our reward while playing it, the heavens opened. So yeah, proper bream weather. Good to get one on the bank, even if we had to talk it up. So one thing the rain does make is filming really hard, but you see there, simple setup, and we'll go over that in a second. The tip's gone round again, and hopefully you can get bream number 5 in. Just keeping deep. It is deep by our feet here, talking 14 foot. That bream's just thudding down there. Winter days can be hard, the weather can be hard. It's good when you can get a few bites, and again, just sticking with it, keeping on putting that feeder in has made this opportunity. You can see there, another bream coming to the net. So with temperatures like they are today, it can only get better towards the end of the season. It's due to get warmer next week, so there's a good reason to come back on here again. The setup we're going with today is my cordon all round the quiver, and it's a 1.25 pound test curve. I've got the 1 ounce tip in the end. I've got one of the cordon Zelos reels, and on there I've got 6 pound line. So down the line I've got 2 sets of float stops holding in place a feeder bead. Got my feeder on the line there, and then I've got a few loops just to kick out the rig away from the feeder, and then I've got a 2 pound hook link to a size 14 hook, and on there I've got a bunch of maggots. So a nice simple setup and easily adjustable with this section here. And that setup working perfectly that you've just seen, in harmony. Nice strong line in that 6 pound line, but the finesse in the hook link to get the bites in winter. A nice bream, yeah. It's a beautiful bream that. Let's get him in. It wasn't such a drab day. I'd get out and hold him up for camera. That's a beautiful bream that, and there's definitely some weight in that net now. We've had a few bites today, and it was never going to be a day like in summer where you can get pounds and pounds and 80, 90 pound of them. But we must be on for a few pound now, and there's still about an hour or 2 left. And this depth underneath your feet doesn't half mean you put up a battle, but we've had great fun today. And it is always good when you stick with it and it comes good. And that is the beauty of rivers. You see there, another bream just coming up through the water. When you stick with it and remain confident, like I say, on a river, shoals can just arrive and it can turn round. And what is a hard day on the bank can sometimes feel like you've had a good day's fishing. And the thing that amazes me with these bream is the different colours on them. That's almost lemon, that one. And you can see there's been a lot of cormorants on today. It's the first one with a bit of damage. The first one I had a bit of red on it, but that, yeah, you can see definitely some type of scrape, but you can see there, quality fishing, on the River Weaver. So for the last bit of the session it was quiet, but did manage to pick up the odd bite along the way. So as you can see from the final net, all the bream were excellent quality and it was great fun. So that does bring the session to an end there now, and really have enjoyed today. It's been hard at times with the weather, it's been bitterly cold at times. The rain hasn't helped either with recording, but I've thoroughly enjoyed my day on the bank. Hopefully it showed that in winter, if you get out there on the bank, it can surprise you, and rivers can change in an instant. This morning we really struggled for bites, and then keeping on persevering, putting the bait in, the session did turn round. I really do hope you've enjoyed this week's video. If you have, please leave it a like and subscribe down below. And all that remains is for me to wish you all tight lines in your own fishing, and I'll catch you all next week. Tight lines.